Welcome back to the show. My name is Lee, and this Children's Day, we have the one and only Dr. Hifive back in the studios. Welcome back, Doctor. How are you doing?
Thank you, Lee, for having me back. How are you doing? I'm doing fantastic.
I'm doing well myself. Children's Day, I'm so happy to be celebrating this day as well because in all of us as a little child.
All of us are children only.
Yes, honestly.
We should not grow up.
But this Children's Day, you have some messages, I'm sure, to all the parents and kids alike as well out there, right? So let's start off with the basic one, which is in terms of food habits for kids. What should parents keep in mind and what should kids keep in mind so that they also can, use these habits for themselves as well?
Right. See, when it comes to feeding children or making a meal for them is always a Herculean task, right? Because invariably every mother, every father out there come and ask us, what to eat. He or she basically doesn't eat anything. So when it comes to a toddler, especially 1 to 3 years, 1 to 5 years, right? So they're most of them are fussy eaters. They're very choosy, very particular about. They want only sugary, or some want only spicy, or some want only junk, or things like that. So we always make sure give them wholesome, nourishing, nutritious food. In the sense, you as a parent also have got some responsibility to understand the nourishment of the child. What kind of protein? Daily, for example, a 1.5 2-year-old child requires anywhere from 25 to 30 grams of protein every day. So you should make sure that your food has that kind of protein, that kind of fats, that kind of carbohydrates, all that. So take that breakup from any nutritionist or a pediatrician and make sure you never give junk or sugary food before meals. We make that mistake. They go and grab a piece of chocolate, piece of cookie, and that's it. Their tummy is full. It's not actually full. There is a sugar rush to the brain. And the sugar tells the brain that, okay, you're not hungry anymore. See, this is the reason we also started a brand called as Hungry Koala a couple of years ago. To educate the society, educate people about healthy eating habits. The first 1,000 days of life is very, very important. Extremely. You know why? 80% of brain development happens first 1,000 days.
Oh, wow.
People ignore that. That is why we keep educating the parents and society through Hungry Koala, through our nutritious products, that you must make sure that their meals are clean, sugar-free, junk-free, preservative-free. Nowadays, people just go randomly pick up stuff from the shelf and they don't read the ingredients. We're also running a campaign by name Read Before You Feed.
Oh, wow.
Read before you feed. Take any of the particular XYZ cereal you're buying, XYZ pancake you're buying, XYZ product you're buying. Turn around and read the label. How much of preservative, how much of junk, how much of sugar, how much of artificial flavors. Everything is causing damage first 1,000 days. Because the brain is developing, all these negative ingredients will be causing negative impact. And eventually today we see 10-year-old, 15-year-old boys coming and parents telling us he's hyperactive. He doesn't focus. He's behaving a little odd, doesn't make eye contact, autistic symptoms, learning problems. Invariably, most of these are caused by kind of food we have given, kind of screen time we have given, and kind of total environment we have provided.
You mentioned screen time. I want to get to that as well. But what are some unhealthy food habits that people have nowadays that they should actually avoid? Apart from, of course, eating junk and preservative-filled food, I think even timing as well can go off, right?
No. See, now when it comes to kids or even adults for that matter, timing of the meals is very important. Now, a lot of adults ourselves, we say we have got acidity, we've got gastritis, we've got even doctors themselves, right? Majority of them. So when I check with my colleagues and their meal time, their lunch is at 4 p.m.
Wow.
And they have dinner at maybe 12 a.m. or something like that, especially busy practitioners, busy doctors. That's so horrible. You being a healthcare professional, if I maintain that kind of lifestyle, what advice I'm going to give you? So see, your gastric mucosa in your stomach basically produces acid. That acid is so that the food which is coming, in preparation for the food which is coming, acid is produced. When the food comes, it will digest the food. Right. Now, when let's say around 5 hours, 6 hours after your meal time, after breakfast, acid is produced. Now it is waiting for the food to come. The food is not coming. Now that leads to the problem that will start eating your own stomach and gut. It'll give it to burning sensation, acid, gas, disturbance, bloating, all these things. Then you'll have meal at 4 o'clock. That right time is already missed. That leads to indigestion problem. Then invariably after 2-3 weeks, you have got severe bloating, severe acidity. People end up in that taking those antacids and syrups and all that. So I think timing is extremely important. I always encourage parents to incorporate their kids' meals with good salads.
Right.
Fiber rich and
Yes.
good salad, extremely important, because that will prevent your constipation, that will prevent acidity, indigestion, and also boosts hunger.
Right.
And when it comes to hydration, that is extremely crucial, right? Majority of children, they don't drink enough water. You have to make it a point that, okay, let's say a 3-year-old, 4-year-old boy has to drink 3 to 4 glasses of water in whole
All
day.
day, yeah.
So you have to keep reminding him or her to drink water. That will keep the metabolism high,
For sure.
in check, and the digestion process is proper. Hunger also will pick up.
Definitely. And I think adults are like, don't drink water enough. It's
Absolutely
very
no.
sad sometimes. In fact, I catch myself, I'm like, did I drink water enough today? Like, have I gone?
Yes.
Have I drank a good bottle of water? How much is the, would you say, like, is the adequate amount to drink per day?
See, people say 3 liters, 4 liters.
Yeah.
See, yes, I do agree that you have to drink, as an adult, you must drink 3 to 4 liters of water is essential.
Okay.
Plus, it's not just about water, it's about your meals, as I mentioned, good amount of salads,
Yeah.
and I forgot to mention one more important point when it comes to probiotic. Your gut needs essential probiotics,
For
right?
sure.
Frequently.
Yeah.
So make sure your nutrition like curds and buttermilk are very, very good source of probiotics. Have every day 1 bowl of curd. If you have that habit, you will not have to see any gastroenterologist or any other doctor for gastric trouble. Even we should encourage our children to have 1 bowl of curd in the form of curd rice or even plain curd. If you want to sweeten it, maybe you can add some jaggery powder or syrup like that and make it a little sweet, or if the child likes it. But curd and salads should be part of every meal. So I was reading this very interesting book, Japanese book by name Ikigai.
Yes.
Lovely book, right? So they tell very categorically, you must eat a rainbow. What does it mean? Your plate should look like a rainbow, in the sense you should have multicolored meal.
Yeah,
you should have a
food,
portion of
correct.
rice, portion of carbs, portion of protein in terms of non-vegetarian food, some fruits. It should look like a complete meal. You should have a complete meal. People always tell me, Doctor, what is a healthy meal? What is a healthy meal? See, healthy meal per se is individual. For example, your vegetables are healthy.
Yeah.
Boiled eggs are healthy.
Yeah.
Right? Your wheat also for children once in a while is healthy. Yes. But what is balanced meal? That is very important.
Yes.
So healthy meal is a one particular portion. Balanced meal is what is important for children. What is balanced meal? A meal which has got right amount of protein, carbohydrate, fats, minerals, vitamins. Is required for a growing child. The question is, along with healthy meal, are you also giving a balanced meal? So many don't know that. So through this campaign, through Hungry Koala, we've been doing a lot of such events on social media, offline as well, about educating the parents about healthy meal, difference between healthy and balanced meal, do's and don'ts, and how bad is feeding your child with the mobile and television on.
Right.
Which is like every household.
You mentioned screen time as well. So iPad babies is a new thing that's come up right now, right? Everybody has that.
It's a new thing in India, but in the West it is
They've been
there.
for a long time, exactly. So what do we do? Do we let them watch TV and eat, or do we
Never.
don't do that?
Do not do that. I agree. Parents do come and tell us that he doesn't eat, she doesn't eat, she doesn't open her mouth. Yes, let her be. Keep the plate away. It's okay. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, you may fail. And you know what? He or she is using the stubbornness
To get
as
what
the
they want.
weapon.
Right.
That's how their tantrum, stubbornness, they use the weapon. And invariably parents would get panicked thinking about the potential consequences of him or she not eating for 2-3 days.
Correct.
And they think, he'll collapse or she'll collapse. I tell them very categorically, anyone, any parent, anybody who has meal at home, I have not heard or seen or even have any, heard from anybody the child has died of starvation. So don't think that way. Those children, unfortunate children, are different. Where in some, poor African countries or some countries where children are dying of starvation because of lack of food.
Yeah.
Here, don't
There
think
is
about
food
that.
there, yeah.
He or she knows exactly there is meal, and this meal I don't want because I want XYZ meal which will satisfy my taste buds. You have to be little firm. Be firm in your this thing approach. Don't give up easily, because that habit, when you say, he's not eating, turn the mobile on, you're gone. It's over. next day, every other week, you have to do that. So little bit of firmness you have to, as parents, bring in. We have to control our emotions as mother or father. For that moment, nothing will happen. You're only inculcating or incorporating good habits in his or her life.
But why is it so bad to watch TV and eat food? What's the whole reason behind it?
It is not bad. It is sad and pathetic, because when you are eating your meal, for adults also for the matter, you must, your every senses of yours are in action. Now, especially when it comes to children, right? They are supposed to chew the meal. The taste buds supposed to understand the taste, and the swallowing reflex supposed to swallow it well. So this process itself will help them get good nourishment.
Okay.
Now, when you're distracted, when you're watching a mobile phone or a television for that matter, and you're having a meal, you have no idea what you're munching on. And and invariably such children will have either obesity or malnourishment, because they don't have regulation. Parents think it's okay, he doesn't need to regulate, I'll feed, I'll pump. And tomorrow, when he's 3, 4, 5 years, he does not know what is the basic necessity, what is food is important thing. He is eating for the sake of eating. Today you have to make sure they understand that food is a necessity, it's not a luxury. You need food to survive. Your body needs this calcium, protein, iron, blah, 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 for you to grow well, right?
Yeah.
So this screen time, you take away all those things. And also, chewing will strengthen your jaw muscles and all that, right? And movement of tongue inside the muscles help them tomorrow to articulation, speech much better. So all these parameters are very, very essential. So screen time, every child would love to watch TV and have meal, mobile.
Yeah.
And my advice to a lot of parents is, who have this habit of watching TV, watching news and having meal, first we should stop
That's
that.
the thing. So a lot of adults do the same. So
First
kids learn from them. Yeah.
We hold the mobile phone and we keep scrolling and we keep eating. That is horrible. That's criminal.
It should be like a very involved process for you.
Absolutely.
Correct.
That's why I said in my videos, I very categorically speak about having mealtime with family.
Yeah.
And talk to your children. Let's say you're having a broccoli, you're having rice, you're having some vegetables. Talk about the importance.
Yeah.
Say, how important is this? It gives you green leaf vegetables gives you iron, rich source of iron. It gives you a lot of carbs. Now, this is protein. Boiled egg is excellent for you to build your muscles. And you become taller, your brain becomes sharper. Fish is an excellent omega-3 fatty. You need to keep talking.
Yeah.
Okay, invariably one day or someday, child would understand that. He'll say, oh, okay, this is my dad, mom used to tell me. This is really important. So it takes a time. It takes a lot of time and effort. It's not an overnight process. But we tell them not to take shortcuts.
Right.
Those shortcuts will have eventually problems.
Disasters, correct, for sure. I think one other issue is that people skip meals a lot nowadays, right? Skipping breakfast, I think, is a huge thing, because they're getting late to school. I can't eat it. I'm going to just wrap it, or they just waste it, Any message to the parents and kids are they not eating breakfast?
See, breakfast is the first and most essential meal of the day, right? Your child it's like you're moving, you're going for some long drive. First you check his fuel. Okay, how much do I have for you to sustain, take care of that kind of drive? So when it comes to breakfast, you must make sure your child has, and recently made a video, never offer anything sugar based.
For breakfast?
Never. We just randomly buy some cereals from the market, which we don't even read about it. We have some choco, some blah blah blah. We add. Don't do that. If a child is about 2 years plus, she can have idli, dosa, vada, whatever you make at home. You can make healthy pancakes. You can give them fruit bowl. You can give them a portion of dry fruits.
Yeah.
And one more mistake they do is giving milk empty stomach.
Okay.
Milk empty stomach works as an appetite suppressant.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, invariably Indian culture tradition, right?
Yeah.
Wake up, brush your teeth, have a glass of milk. Milk is excellent, but timing has to be different. Make sure at least after breakfast or when comes back from school is good enough. Empty stomach milk will always reduce his or her appetite. Invariably for lunch, they are full, they feel full, they don't want to have anything. If you had a sugary breakfast, it's worse. The sugar rush in the brain keep them hyper and fidgety. They don't want to eat.
Right.
So that is very, very important. Of course, I always advise parents, if you're not aware of what kind of meal, how much protein, how much nourishment should go, take one simple advice. Today online nutrition is available, doctors available. One tip, one basic tip as to how much of protein my son, because every child is age are different.
Yeah.
So nutrition requirement may be different.
Yeah.
So individually your child is, let's say, 4 years, 5 years, 6. Accordingly, you take that plan for that particular year.
Yeah.
And somehow there are multiple foods which offer multiple proteins and calories, right?
Right.
You balance accordingly whichever he likes. Prepare a meal and give it.
Perfect.
Yep.
Well, this Children's Day, you've given us so much to think about, and you've given us, all the parents, I'm sure, are gonna like really thank you for all this amazing tips you've given us. Any last message to all the kids out there this morning?
Well, you guys are going to rock. You guys are our future. You guys are doing great. But remember, what you sow, you will reap tomorrow.
Yes.
So take care of your body and minds very well. Feed your mind with good knowledge, lovely books out there. Avoid mobile phone and these gadgets as much as possible, my dear friends. And of course, healthy nourishment, healthy lifestyle, which will take you a long, long, long way. All the best and happy Children's Day.
Happy Children's Day. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you so much, Lee, for having me here.
Perfect.